Livingston Roundup Association in the presentation of the flag. That is Brianne Grimshaw. She's a Miss Livingston Roundup contestant. Joined by Amy Hager in the banner of First Interstate Bank. Also, one of the potential new queens of the Livingston Roundup Rodeo. Now, ladies and gentlemen, tonight we proudly welcome Carly Sykes as she flies the flag of Montana's Ribbon Chop House. And Miss Livingston Roundup Rodeo contestant Brianne Pino, presenting the banner of Murdoch's, one of the great Western wear stores in the world. Ladies and gentlemen, I welcome the Opportunity Bank. That's Bobby Joe Payne with the flag. And Sydney Payne, taking a ride for the Chico Hot Springs. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight we salute the Kessler family, the Kessler Championship Rodeo Company. That is Katie Susan, she is your Miss Dylan JC's Rodeo Queen. And Katie Lynn Krause, riding on behalf of the Boot Barn. For Wrangler, the official Western Wear Pro Rodeo, and the banner presented courtesy of Taylor Johnson. And for Tri-County Heating and Cooling, that is Janae Heimer with the banner. Ladies and gentlemen, we proudly represent Montana Silversmiths, the brand of champions, the official buckle makers of Pro Rodeo. Presented tonight by Hannah Staker and Ram Trucks, Ram Rodeo, Yellowstone, Chrysler Jeep Dodge, and Ram. Clarie Tika takes a ride with the flag. Ladies and gentlemen, cowboys and cowgirls coming from all across North America tonight. We welcome the banner of our neighbors to the north, the Maple Leaf of Canada, and presented by Miss Southwest Montana Rodeo Teen Queen. This is Miss Haley Essebanger. She's 17 years old, the daughter of Craig and Diane Essebaggers of Sun River, Montana. Currently a senior at Charles M. Russell High School in Great Falls, and proud to be representing the Southeastern Montana Rodeo as she joins us here tonight. Give her a nice welcome with that banner of Canada tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like you to welcome Miss Rodeo Montana, Lindsay Garpstad from Sims, Montana. 23 years old, the daughter of Wanda Harrison and the late Lonnie Garpstad. She'll graduate from Carroll College with degrees in political science and business administration, concentrating on marketing. She comes from a family of ranchers in the rodeo business in Dillon and Sims. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're proud of the Big Sky Country and you're proud of that beautiful blue flag of Montana, you need to know that that beautiful blonde is going to carry that flag to Las Vegas this December. And if you'd like to bring home the crown that says Miss Rodeo America, put your hands together and tell her about it. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight, we are proud to have an opportunity to make a special presentation. Before we go any further on our opening ceremonies tonight, I'd like to call your attention to the gate down next to the bucking chutes. And I'd like you to welcome United States Senator Steve Daines to the Livingston Roundup Rodeo. Mr. Daines is a proud fifth-generation Montanan, and today he has the opportunity of making a special presentation. Louis Armentaro, the Montana to the Week Award. Each week in the United States Senate, Louis is honored. People like Louis are honored by Steve, recognizing hard-working Montanans who go above and beyond for the community, state, and country. Steve's honoring Louis here tonight for his service to our country and our state, and for years of leading the Livingston Roundup Parade for 68 years. Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like you to join tonight as we recognize and welcome in the back of that Ram truck your senator, and a man who has truly been one of the legends of the Livingston Roundup Rodeo in Livingston, Montana. Senator Daines, it is my pleasure to welcome you to our arena tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like you to meet and recognize your United States Senator, Steve Daines.
Well, thank you so much. It's good to be with you here in Livingston. But it's even better to be here with a true American hero and his wife, Donna. Last week I had the privilege of submitting for the Congressional Record the story of Louis Armentaro. Let me read to you what was placed in the Congressional Record, and I have a nice gold embossed tribute here that I'll present to Louis, his wife Donna, and their family. here's what it says. In honor of Independence Day, I wish to recognize Louis Armentero of Park County. Louis is an Army veteran, having served as an infantryman in the 442nd Regimental Combat Team during World War II. We celebrate our independence and freedom because of people like Louis, who selflessly put himself in harm's way, fighting against tyranny over his country. Over the 4th of July weekend, I will have the privilege to honor Louis and watch him announce his 68th Livingston Roundup Parade. By the way, that's 68 consecutive years. Louis started this tradition in 1949 when he returned to Montana after serving in World War II. During his time in the Special Services in Japan, Louis delighted in running audio for his fellow soldiers at the GI Theater, ball games, and parades. He's in the Guinness Book of World Records as the most durable rodeo parade announcer. His passion for Western swing and his ability to transport people inspired him to start the Sound Over the West audio and announcing when he returned home. As a child, Louis grew up with a passion for authentic country music. He is one of the greatest curators of this style in Montana. Louis, with the support of his devoted wife, Donna, who's standing next to me, has become a pillar in the Livingston community. Not only have the couple raised and fostered an estimated 30 children, they are an indispensable part of the Livingston Roundup Rodeo. I am proud to honor this unique man for his service to his community and his country. Louis Armentero and Donna, God bless you, and may God bless this great United States.
I was afraid that Steve wasn't going to have the mic for a little while. And I'm a man of few words, but I can stay here a long time to talk. But one thing I wanted to mention, besides starting my parade career and doing 68 consecutive years, also in this arena here, I started my rodeo announcing and sound contracting career by this being my first rodeo I announced in 1949, and then I started working the circuit around the country for a better than 35 years. One thing I want to honor, or at least I have to take this time, and I want, on behalf of my daughter Mary Bentley and my son John Armentero, and especially from my grandson who is in the Marines now and he's in the Asiatic Pacific Theater, I want to kind of award this to him too, because he is actually following in my footsteps. That's where I went during World War II, all over the Pacific and in the Philippine Islands and Japan, and I had some horrible times. But here I am at 92, good as ever. Thank you.
Louis, thank you to you, sir. Thank you to that beautiful lady. Senator Daines, thank you for the opportunity to have you join us tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to put him back in the truck, and I'd like you to give him a large round of hospitality. Louis Armentero, you are awesome. You're an American hero. God bless you, sir, for everything you are, everything you've done. Ladies and gentlemen, people like Louis are special. People like Louis and all those who have served. How many of you served in the United States military that are here tonight? Everybody who's ever served in the military, stand up for just a minute, would you please? Give those people a round, would you please, folks? Ladies and gentlemen, everybody who just stood up, the man that we just honored, they've all stood for one thing: the freedom of the greatest nation in the world. Would y'all please stand? Because tonight we present proudly the symbol of that freedom, America's red, white, and blue. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like you to meet Cassidy Shea O'Neill, your Miss Livingston Roundup. She's 20 years old, a Livingston native, an honor roll graduate of Park High School. Folks, she's taking a ride tonight on behalf of America. She's taking a ride tonight on behalf of all of us. She's taking a ride with a symbol in a year where we seem to be so divided. God, can we all please unite around that flag? Can we all please unite around what it means, what it represents, and what it stands for? Ladies and gentlemen, there's so much to agree about in this great nation. Let's agree tonight that we are proud to be an American and welcome America's flag the right way to the Livingston Roundup. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got something new for you tonight. I invite you to look above in a special presentation of our colors. And I invite you to join with a young man at the ripe young age of 10. He's a 5th grader at Eastside Elementary. Mom and Dad are Rusty and Julie. He loves to team rope, he loves to rodeo, and he loves to sing. Folks, together with Chance Marshall, why don't you all sing together? This is America's national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched, where so gallantly streamed, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof to the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land and of the free and the home of the brave? God bless America.
Ladies and gentlemen, he's 10 years old. Chance Marshall, thank you. Shea O'Neill, thank you for Old Glory. Haley S. Baggers, thank you for the Canadian flag. Lenny Gartstead, thank you for the Montana banner. Did y'all see the helicopter and the flag?
I did.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's Saturday night, it's showtime. My name is Steve Kenyon. I make my home in Gainesville, Texas. I'm proud to welcome you all to the Livingston Roundup Rodeo. Folks, we're about to ride some of the greatest horses in the world from the Kessler family.